and Josephine Steinbuck on the mic, and we are broadcasting the JV boys game. We've got the game at 7 minutes and 45 seconds at the start of the third quarter. 17-22, Mendocino down by 5. We got Alorenzo coming up for a shot.
Yep, so it looks like he's on the free throw line taking some shots for some fouls here. He is just attempted and made his first shot.
Alarione is his name.
Yep, so he just
Exotic.
made his first shot, and he is going up for his second one, and he does not make that one, but 1 out of 2 for them, so that brings Anderson Valley up to 23 versus 17. Mendocino is receding pretty fast, but we can get it back. We will have a good game. So
we got Jack up with the ball. He passed over to Devin. Devin over to Julian. Julian driving into the side of the court. He goes in for a shot, does not make it. And it looks like it goes out, and it's going to be brought in by Mendocino because it actually got touched before it went out by a Panther. So now we have Alarione coming down the court, passing up the half-court line. He passes over to Perez. Perez in for a deep shot, does not make it, and Julian DeLuca gets the rebound. Julian driving down the court at incredible speed, comes around to the top of the key. He passes over to Brandon. Brandon over to Devin. And over to Jack. Jack right in the key right there. Goes in for a shot, but he is blocked and is back into possession of the Anderson Valley. It's Perez. Perez over to Alarione. Alarione in for a shot. He makes it 17-25. Mendocino down by 8.
Yep, so it looks like Devin Hawkins here with the ball, passes it over to Julian DeLuca. Julian goes into the corner there, passes it over to Jack. Jack goes up for the layup but does not make it. Rebounded by Cole Freeling, but then it is stolen by Alarione. Alarione over to his teammate Perez. Perez over to Ombre. Ombre makes the shot, making it 27-17 Anderson Valley. Looks like Julian DeLuca is taking it down the court. He sidesteps in and fakes the pass over and tries to make a shot there, but then it is a foul. So it looks like Anderson Valley is going to. Julian DeLuca is taking the shots here for this one. He is taking the first one out of 2, and
it is no good. I believe this is his first free throw of the night.
Yeah,
and one of his first that he hasn't made. He's a really good free throwist out there, and his second one is in, and it is inbounded by the Panthers. We've got Perez in possession. Perez over to the Para. Para in possession over Perez. Perez back over to Arumbe. Arumbe over to Alarione. Alarione, and it is rebounded by Mendocino despite all of the chaos. And we got Brandon with the ball. Brandon over to Julian. Julian over to Cole. Cole right under the hoop there. Goes in for a shot. Does not make it. And it's rebounded by Anderson Valley. We now have Arumbe with the ball. He passes over to Perez. Perez back over to Arumbe. Arumbe back over to Perez. Perez at the edge of the three-point line. Passes over to Thomas. Thomas over to Para. Para up for the shot, makes it, and it is now 18-29. It is definitely a fast decline for Mendocino, but down by 11 points. We now have Devin with the ball. Devin back over to Julian. Julian on the side there, passes over to Cole. Cole right underneath the hoop, does not decide to go for the shot, and passes over to Julian. Julian in the corner there. And we got 13 seconds left on the shot clock, but the foul is called anyways for a hold. And I believe now we got Arumbe coming up the court. He passes over to Alarione. Alarione over to his teammate, and now in possession. Yep, so that was Thomas who took the shot, but it did not make it, and is now back in possession of Mendocino.
So now Devin Hawkins down with the ball. He is dribbling it down the court. He's looking his side. He takes a sidestep in his pass, passes it over to DeLuca. DeLuca there with a deep 3, but then passes it over to Jack. Jack with the rebound and takes the layup, making it 20-29. AV still in the lead. AV is in possession of the ball. Right now, El Rayon. The clock is 4:34. Now El Rayon is in possession of the ball. He passes it over to Perez. Perez is looking for a pass. He passes it over to Thomas. Thomas in possession, but Devin takes that ball right back and he passes it over to Brandon McClintock. McClintock over to DeLuca, and DeLuca goes in for his third three in this play, and he does not make it yet again. So Perez with the ball, he goes in for that layup and he makes it, making it
That was a behind the
31.
that was a behind the hoop.
Yeah, that was a pretty
throw.
good one.
We now have Brandon with the ball. Brandon over to Julian. Julian, ooh, for a nice a long pass over to Cole, who's right under the hoop and pops it in for a quick two. And now 22-31. Mendocino is down by 9. We've got the Panthers in possession, and it looks like that was Alarion who made a quick under the hoop shot, and it makes it in 33-22. Mendocino down by 11.
Yep, so now Brandon is in possession of the ball over to Julian. Julian with the layup there, making it 24-33. Anderson Valley still in the lead there, but it looks like Julian is taking a couple shots here for a foul that happened on the court here, and it looks like there's a couple subs. Ben Madden in for Brandon McClintock on Mendocino's team. And now we have Julian DeLuca, Brandon McClintock. Julian DeLuca, Ben Madden, Devin Hawkins, Cole Freeling, and Jack Croninger on the court for Mendocino.
And Julian's free throw does not go in. There was a shoot one, and it did not make it in, so it's now in possession of Mendocino. Mendocino over to Devin. Devin over to Cole. Cole over to Ben. Ben over to Julian. Julian on the edge there, goes over for a quick pass to Devin. Devin drives in under the hoop, and he goes over to Jack, and Jack goes a quick layup in there, and now is 26-33. Mendocino down by only 7.
Yep, so now it looks like El Rayon has the ball. He is passing it down into the corner there to his teammate, and now he has it back. So it looks like he just tossed it right up, and he has it back to him again, and Thomas now in possession of the ball over to Perez. Perez is looking for a pass, sidesteps, and goes down into the elbow where he tries to make that layup, but Jack immediately rebounds over to Cole. Cole is dribbling down the court, looking for a pass it over to Julian. Julian drives it down and makes a strong pass, but is intercepted by El Rayon. El Rayon down to Perez, and Perez goes in for that layup, but the ref calls it.
So now we have some shots that are going to be taken. I believe it was a push on Jack Croninger. And so now we're going to have Perez shoot some.
Yep, so it looks like Perez is going in for his first.
Ooh,
nice swish there by
swish.
Perez. That was a very beautiful shot, I have to say.
We now have Yvonne coming in for Julian.
So it looks like he is going in for his second free throw here, and people are getting ready to take the rebound on Mendocino. He makes his second shot, 2 out of 2 there. Cole immediately takes it out over to Yvonne. Yvonne over to Devin. Devin is dribbling down, passes hard over to Ben. Devin goes down into the elbow and passes it over to Jack, but is intercepted by El Rayon. El Rayon is passing it down to Perez. Perez tries to make that deep 3, but does not make it, and it goes right out. So it looks like now Mendocino is in possession of the ball.
Yep, so now we have
Anderson Valley.
It looks like Anderson Valley's going to take it in. Alarion passes it in to Perez. Perez over to Thomas. Thomas back over to Perez. Back over to Ocampo. Ocampo over to Tor. And it goes out. I feel bad for botching some of these names, but they truly are beautiful, beautiful names. I like them.
Yep.
I like them, but they're hard to pronunciate. So now we have Yvonne with the ball. Yvonne goes in for a pass to Jack, but it bounces off of his knee, and it is now out, and it's going to be brought in by Mendocino because it was a Anderson Valley's knee. So we got Devin with the ball. Devin over to Ben. Ben over to Cole. Cole at the edge there goes over for a pass to Yvonne. Yvonne back over to Cole. Cole goes in for a shot, but it's blocked. And is now back over to Yvonne, who goes for a shot. does not make it. It's saved by an Anderson Valley player, though. Yet Cole gets the rebound. Cole kind of fell there a little bit. Cole Freeling, that is. And it looks like he's going to get to shoot, too.
Yep, so he is going up for his first out of the 2 free throws here. And it looks like Mendocino's looking pretty agitated about this. Ooh, and that is an air ball for the first one. But then he still has to go into the for the second.
I see some laughs from Linda Freeling out in the crowd. Looks like she's cracking up.
She has I think she's just really having a kick out of that one.
She liked that one.
Yeah. And then he goes up for his second, and that one is definitely just bounced off the rim there. So it looks like Perez immediately takes the free throw there, or the rebound there, and he takes it and he passes it over to his teammate Keel, and Keel takes it and passes it down into the corner. Now Keel is back in possession, but he fumbles for the ball, and now Perez is back in possession over to Keel, and Perez is looking for his pass there, but he just looks back over to Keel. So Keel over to Toar, and Toar has the ball. He is dribbling, and the ball has pretty much stayed at the top this whole time, but now.
And the shot clock goes off. It is now going to be back into possession of Mendocino because they were shooting for a little bit too long up in the key. So we're going to now have Mendocino bringing it in, and the timeout is also called. So we're going to have a little break.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about this game, Josephine?
I'm feeling good. I mean, we definitely thought that home was going to bring it home. Yeah, but Anderson Valley definitely got their energy back, and it looks like they caught up. So now it is 26-35. We have 55 seconds back on the clock, and
it's really hard to determine these games because just a few. I believe it was not too long ago I was broadcasting a game last Friday for the varsity girls, and they were down by 10 the entire game, and then the last quarter
shot back up.
They shot up so fast, and it was a game, I believe, like 38-37.
Yeah. Which
was a whirlwind.
Yep.
Let me tell you. So
I definitely remember your broadcast was
so
very stressful.
I try and wrap the games up before they're done, but that is not the case. Anything could happen. 26-35. That's 9 points.
Yeah.
Only 9 points. So now we got Ben with the ball. It looks like Kell tried to challenge him a little bit, tried to tug it out of his hand, but it did not work out for him because now it's in possession of Anderson Valley again. So I guess it did work out for him. It was a jump ball. Perez with the ball. Perez over to Thomas. Thomas with a deep pass over to Kell, but it goes straight out, and it is now in possession of Mendocino. Yvonne Cuevas. Yvonne over to Devin, and Devin picking up the pace a little bit and bringing it down for a shot possibly, but he passed over to Yvonne instead, over to Jack. Jack and Cole over in the key over there. Cole in for a shot, does not make it, and it is rebounded by Perez, who is on the ground, so it looks like it's going to be taken under the hoop by Yvonne anyways because that was not called. He passed over to Jack Kerninger. Jack over to Yvonne. Yvonne over to Cole. Cole at the edge of the three-point line goes over and passes over to Yvonne. Yvonne over to he thinks is going to be Jack, but it is intercepted by Kell. Kell dashing up. Goes in for a shot, does not make it, and it looks like they were a little too late, a little too short, and the shot that was a quarter ending. That was a quarter ending call.
It was a quarter ending shot
not a foul.
Too. It was not a foul. I think that they were smart.
I know.
Not to
I'm
call
saying that was not a foul. That was the quarter ending.
Oh yeah.
I assumed that it was just a call so deep to hit the shot clock, but you know.
Oh, I know, Scott.
Wasn't a shot clock, wasn't a foul. It was in fact the quarter ending, the third quarter being wrapped up.
So it looks like now we're going to be heading into the fourth quarter, which
26-35.
Yep, which will end the game. But I think we have 8 minutes for Mendocino either to bring it back or for Anderson Valley to charge forward in this game. And it looks like each team looks pretty intense right now. There's definitely a lot of tension and just I think it's going to be a good ending no matter who wins or who gets the most points. So it looks like Anderson Valley is lining up on the court here, and they're getting ready for this fourth quarter here, and Mendocino breaks apart here. So the players.
I definitely see the girls have left the bleachers to go get ready.
Yes.
In just a fine quarter, you're going to see them, you're going to hear or see them play, broadcasted by none other than Sophie Barrett and Malia Giannoni. No, that's not Malia. Malia Reese.
Yes.
So now we have Perez with the ball. Perez over to Alarion. Alarion back up to the top to Perez. Perez over to Thomas. Thomas digging in. It is taken out of his hands by Ben Madden. Ben over to Jack. Jack over to Cole. Cole coming in the edge. Ooh, he goes for what looks like it was a faraway shot, but it is completely blocked, and it was a foul on Anderson Valley. I believe that was Thomas.
Yes.
So now we're going to have 2 shots for Cole up here. Cole Freeling, that is. And, yeah, we got Cole, Julian, Jack, Ben, and Skylar out on the court right now. Killing it.
Ben and Skylar definitely look like they're laughing about something over there. So Cole does not make
always
his first
something to laugh about on the court.
Always.
It's always a fun game out there. So let's just have a quick shout out while Cole is yet to shoot his second one, but we got Ben on the camera over here and Kieran running the board up there and some people down at the booth, and Marshall is just always being Marshall. And his second shot is up and in. So now we got Perez with the ball. 27-35, 7 minutes and 16 seconds left in the game. Mendocino down by 8.
Yeah, so it looks like Jack takes the ball in, passes it over to Julian. Julian is dribbling side to side there, just showing off his under-the-leg skills, and he passes it over to Ben. Ben back to Julian. Julian is looking for his other pass there. He passes it back to Ben. Ben is looking for a pass around him, passes it back to Julian. Julian drives it down into the corner where Ben was, passes it up to Ben, and Ben goes in for the shot. Oh, and it just barely misses there. So back into the corner to Perez. Anderson Valley is now in possession of the ball. Over to Alarion. Alarion over to Thomas, it looks like, and Thomas gives up the ball to Skylar. Skylar back over to Julian. Julian drives it down hard into the corner and goes up for the layup, but is fouled. So it looks like
there's a little roll.
Yeah, that was quite a performance they just had there. So looks like
I love these basketball players. They're so fun to watch.
It's very entertaining
and broadcast. And I believe that was yet another foul on Thomas, number 25 on Anderson Valley, and his first shot is not in. It can be stressful shooting free throws. I definitely respect them for going out in the court anyways, so let alone having to have a moment to just shoot, because it seems like it's a lot. You have a lot less nerves when you're just running down the court and you just throw up one.
Definitely.
You know? But whenever the game is stopped and you just have to shoot up 2 in the moment, it can be hard. So respect. We now have Talera up for a shot, and he makes it. Is now 28-37. Julian DeLuca with the ball.
Yep, so it looks like now Anderson Valley was in possession, but the foul was called on Julian. So it looks like now we are having a complete ball. He's taking the ball out there. Ombre is taking the ball out. He passes it back, and it looks like there's some subs coming in. Brandon in for Ben, and Devin in for Skylar. So it looks like Skylar and Ben are sitting down on the bench. So Ombre passes it into Alarion. Alarion is dribbling hard down into the court there. He makes his layup, so that gives Anderson Valley 2 more points. So it's now 28-39. Anderson Valley is in the lead. So Julian DeLuca takes the ball down, passes it over to Devin. Devin charges into the court, and he tries to make the shot, but it looks like there was a travel called on him. So Anderson Valley's taking the ball in. It looks like Ombre has the ball. He passes it into
Alarion. Alarion over to Talera, over to Thomas, and we now have Para over with the ball, but it's stolen by Julian DeLuca. Julian driving with a lot of force, comes down the court, but the whistle is blown and it's back in possession of Anderson Valley. 5 minutes and 24 seconds left on the clock. 28-39, Mendocino down by 11. We've got a nice shot not made by Thomas, and it's stolen by Julian again. Julian trying to get some shot up, last minute shots, and a collision with Devin. With Devin and Alarion.
That was quite a collision.
Definitely a collision.
Yeah.
They both were coming at each other with such speed, not on purpose, I don't think, but I believe one of them thought they were gonna break.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe
they really
maybe
knocked
do a little
hard
fancy move.
Yeah.
get out of the way, but I guess both of them are not telepathic, and they just ran into each other. So now resuming the game, we have Alarion with the ball, stolen by Cole Freeland. Cole back over to Julian. Julian slowing the game down a little bit, taking a breath. He goes back over to Cole in the corner there. Cole looking around for someone to pass. He passed over to Jack Kerninger, who makes a nice little layup. Just the encouragement the team needed to maybe get back on their feet. 30-39. Mendocino down by only 9 points with 4 minutes and 26 seconds left on the clock.
Ooh, that was straight into Jack there at the bottom of the net. Looks like Julian drives hard, and he tries to make the layup there, just pushing into Para over there really hard. But now Alarion is in possession of the ball, and he makes yet another layup for Anderson Valley. So now it is 30-41. Anderson Valley still in the lead. Julian with the ball, passes it over to Cole. Cole looks back to Julian for the pass, and Julian takes Cole's spot and tries to make that 3 there, but does not make it. Brandon and Cole kind of fight over the ball for a second there, but Devin takes it and tries to make a deep shot there, but now Anderson Valley is in possession. It looks like
a deep pass tried to be made over to Talera. Just goes straight out, and it's now in possession of Mendocino again. Devin's going to be taking it in. Devin passing it over to Brandon. Brandon coming down the court. He's not slowing the game down yet. He passes over to Cole. Cole with a quick, swift pass over to Julian. Julian over to Devin. Devin driving in. Goes in for a layup. Does not make it. Cole gets his rebound. No worries there. He passes over to Devin. Devin over to Julian. Julian right in the key there. Goes in for a layup. Does not make it. Cole gets the rebound. Cole goes for a shot. Does not make it. Cole still with the rebound. Goes in for a shot and finally puts up the 2 points. 41-32. Mendocino down by 9 points. And 3 minutes and 5 seconds left on the clock. We got Anderson Valley now in possession, but stolen by Devin. Devin coming down the court. Devin goes in for a layup, and he makes it. It's now 34-41.
Yeah, so it looks like 34-41. Anderson Valley still in possession of the points there, but 2 minutes and 52 seconds left on the clock. Things are getting pretty heated, I feel like.
Pretty dang heated.
Yeah, Mendocino I think they really want this win. I definitely know Anderson Valley does too, but I feel like they're just getting a little bit more relaxed here. I can definitely get that vibe. So it looks like
super exciting.
Yeah, Julian's really just chugging his water there. The coach on Anderson Valley is really giving directions. I think that he's getting really excited about this soon-to-be win that Anderson Valley might have here, unless Mendocino steps up their game.
Unless Mendocino steps it up, because only 7 points isn't that much for 2 minutes and 52 seconds.
Yeah.
It can really go.
It can go far.
It can go pretty dang far,
Yeah.
If we were down maybe 11 points at this point, I'd probably, maybe lose a little bit of hope. But, it's really hard to determine it because 2 minutes and 52 seconds sounds like a little bit of time for us, but for them, it's stretched out into maybe 5 or 6 minutes.
Yep, and just a reminder, we are KKX 89.3 FM, Mendocino, California Student Powered Radio. I'm Josephine.
And I'm Dakota.
And we are
identity
broadcasting.
theft over here. Josephine wants to be me.
And we are broadcasting the JV Mendocino High School boys basketball game. So back at the game, it is 2 minutes and 37 seconds left on the clock. 34-41, Anderson Valley in possession of the ball. So it looks like there's some struggling going on with Tuar and the ball against Brandon and Devin there. That was pretty heated there. I think people are just getting really intensified at the end of the game.
I mean, I feel like they feel it too, that it's definitely, I don't know. I feel like they know it's possible too.
Yeah.
They know it's possible with 2 minutes and 27 seconds left on the clock and the gap being only 7 points. Seems hard to us, but it can be easy for them to either get really behind or get really ahead. Hard to seal the deal this early, but Anderson Valley definitely have given themselves a good lead, and they definitely deserve it because they're playing out there hard, but so is Mendo. So
Definitely.
we'll see. We now have a combo with the ball. He passed over to Perez. Perez back over to Arimbe, who makes a beautiful little three, but it's not. It's not, and the clock's out. The clock is out for the game, but we are.
Oh, it's broken. Oh, they're calling timeout. Uh-oh. There's a timeout that needs to be called because the clock is not working. They're trying to fix it. It looks like it's getting back here. There's some malfunctioning going on. I'm not really sure. It's the bottom clock is working, but the top is completely blank, and they cannot get it back. So
luckily,
it looks like
we haven't lost the score just yet, but the clock is currently out, which gives us some more room to talk about the game
yeah,
and
definitely.
the players to
Now
get
it
a
is
breath.
back.
And it is back out.
So I think they're just getting it set up to where it was before. It looks like that they're setting it back to around 2 minutes, but they have to wait until it comes back, and it looks like it's counting pretty slow. So
yeah, it's going to count up from 1 minute and 20 seconds. We're going to have to wait the 40 seconds, but the basketball players, I don't think they're minding too much. They look a little appreciative of the breath,
honestly,
maybe.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot of stress for Mendo, but a lot of stress for them too because it looks like we got Perez who's gonna come up to shoot pretty soon here.
Yep, definitely. I think he's kind of thankful for the break there because now he can focus a little bit more on getting his shot ready. It looks like he's looking over here.
2 minutes and 23 seconds left on the clock. The clock is frozen there, and we're going to start that off.
Yep, so it looks like down here we are having the there's a little bit of time and talking between players. Looks like people are getting a chance to know each other as this clock mishap has gone down. So now Devin has the ball, pass it over to Brandon. Brandon back in possession of the ball, over to Cole in the corner. Up to Brandon back at the elbow. Brandon down into the corner, pass it up to Cole at the elbow. Cole just goes back down into the corner and looks for a pass, but the ball is stolen from him. It looks like that was Tuar, and Tuar fights for the ball from Julian. It looks like there was a jump ball called, I think, that was a jump ball on Anderson Valley, so Anderson Valley takes it in. So it looks like we have Tuar taking the ball in, and Devin blocks that ball, and it goes immediately out. So, but that was still off Mendocino, so it looks like Turan is taking that ball back in. He passes it over to Arambre, and Arambre passes it up to Tuar, and Tuar passes it up to Perez. Perez down into the corner, and the ball rolls right out. So it looks like Mendocino is now in possession. I see Anderson Valley's girls team filing out from the locker rooms. It looks like they're all dressed up in their uniforms and ready to go for the game in a couple minutes. So Devin back down to Julian. Julian up with the shot, and he makes it in. So that makes it 36-44. Anderson Valley still in possession.
1 minute and 30 seconds left on the clock with Tuar in possession of the ball. He goes over to his buddy Arambe, and he's now in possession. He passes over to Perez. Perez coming around the bend. He passes over to Ocampo. Ocampo over to Para, who makes a shot but does not make it. And it is out and is now called in favor of, I believe this is going to be a
Anderson Valley.
Yeah. An Anderson Mendo ball. An Anderson Valley ball indeed. With 1 minute and 6 seconds left on the clock and Mendocino down by 8. It is hard. I don't want to call the game early, but that's a really tough gap to squeeze.
8 points in 1 minute and 5 seconds. We'll see.
If you guys listen to me broadcast a lot, my favorite saying is losses are sometimes better than wins. And with Gavin Holmes coming up for the shot, does not make it. And Brandon he almost makes the shot. He doesn't make the shot though. And it is called in Anderson Valley's favor. Again, my quote, my favorite little thing to say is, losses can sometimes be better than wins because it teaches us something. And by teaching us something, sometimes that can be more valuable than winning. Because if we won, we might just forget about everything we needed to learn.
True.
We might just get past it and think we did everything right. But, there's always something to learn. So Julian DeLuca with the ball coming up the side. He passes over. He tries to pass over to Brennan, but Perez and him get in a little tussle. And it is now, it's now in possession of Mendocino because that was a jump ball. Jump balls alternate who gets possession. But the timeout is called before we know it. 32 seconds left on the clock, and it looks like we're just going to have to accept my favorite letter in the alphabet, the L. 32 seconds left on the clock.
Anyways, so so both teams are having very intense conversations. I think our coach for JV Mendo, Warren, is really getting down on the teammates here. He's really wanting this win, but I don't think that's going to happen for Mendo this time. But it's all right because next time
we'll learn something. It's a learning curve.
Yes, and also we have 2 other games for Mendo this week, so there's many other chances for improvement just this week alone. But I know
just this week alone.
Yeah,
there's so much to learn for this entire season. So if you're a Mendo parent, or if you're even a student who just won't come in, don't worry. Don't worry. It's going to be okay. We'll live. With Gavin Holmes in for a shot, does not make it. Cole Freeland gets the rebound, though. He goes in for a shot himself. He does not make it. And it is rebounded by Alarione, but that was a foul. That was an apparent foul on
23.
So that means that was
35.
35.
Yeah.
So it looks like that was on Tuar. Now with the ball, we got Thomas. Thomas coming up. And yet another foul. I believe that was a foul on Cole Freeling there.
Yep.
And so we're going to have Thomas up here on the Anderson Valley team shoot some with 12 seconds left on the clock. And 36-44, Mendocino is down by 8 points.
Yep, so it looks like we have Thomas up there. He makes his first shot.
I didn't even see it go in. That was smooth.
I know, it was really smooth.
Smooth
move.
Smooth move.
So
Smooth
it looks
move,
like
Thomas.
he goes up, and he makes his second one. That guy's on a roll. So now 36-45, Anderson Valley still in possession. It looks like it goes down into the corner for Mendocino, and then it is immediately rebounded by Perez. Perez takes it back, passes it up to Alarione. And it looks like that is the end game.
That is
so
the end of the game.
Anderson Valley took the win, but you know what? Mendo can always have room for improvement. I think we had a very fair game, and that's really all that matters in the end.
In the
So
end, we saw some good refs out there, and we
yeah,
saw
definitely.
some good plays out there, and
Definitely.
we saw every call was
Fair.
tastefully fair.
Yeah.
And
It was a very
so
fair
in the
and
end,
even
it
game.
may have been a loss for Mendo, but it was a fair loss.
Yeah.
And we've obviously learned something because it's a learning curve. You lose everything.
Yep.
You learn you learn a lot when you lose a lot.
You learn yeah.
you
said
lose
it
a
right.
lot.
Yeah,
You lose
yeah.
a lot. So stay tuned for Molly and Sophie to do the varsity girls game.
And we're sending
We're
it down to the
gonna-
booth
for
while,
some music.
while the girls warm up, and it looks like they're already coming out. They're looking really strong. So we'll see you next time with Sophie and Malia.